Hello, Wellington Sports Zone. I'm your host, Tali Campbell, from Frank Cranier, the home of the Nanaimo Clippers. Today's film date is January 10th, which is trade deadline day in many junior hockey leagues, including the BCHL and the VIJHL. We'll take a look at the happenings with the Buccaneers and the Clippers and more. You're currently watching the Sports Zone here on Shaw TV. The Nanaimo Clippers made a few changes on and off the ice we'll get into right now, but prior to getting to that, the Centennials recently just beat the Nanaimo Clippers here at Frank Cranier 4-3. The Clippers led majority of the game, however the last little part, the Centennials snuck away with a 4-3 victory. I'm now joined with Hayley Ferguson, our Nanaimo Clipper reporter, on a few trades. First, when Nanaimo Clippers acquired the siege of playing rights to Luke Sandler from the Surrey Eagles in exchange of future considerations. Luke Sandler got 1 goal and 5 penalties in tonight's game, tallying at 10 minutes. What presence is Luke Sandler going to bring to this Nanaimo Clipper team? I think he brings the skill level. He's a great skater, he has great puck ability, but he also brings that tough and edge, kind of like a Mason Mitchell type. And also, the Nanaimo Clippers acquired siege playing rights to Shea Laurent from the Chilliwack Chiefs in exchange of future considerations. Shea Laurent was the captain of the Chiefs, so he's going to bring some, I guess, leadership ability. Yeah, for sure. He's definitely going to be a great leader on the team. He's also kind of a steady, stay-home defenseman, and I think that's something the Clippers really are looking for right now. And the Nanaimo Clippers traded away defenseman Chris Newton to the Drumheller in the Alberta Junior Hockey League in exchange of future considerations. Was Newton getting enough playing time in the Clipper team? I don't know about playing time, but he definitely did everything the coaches could ever ask for. You know, he really went for the big hits. He went for the fights to try and bring the team up. He was a great teammate. I don't know if he really showed us everything he could, so I hope Drumheller definitely brings him the more playing time. Absolutely. Thank you, Hayley. And one last note, the Nanaimo Clippers released forward Eric Margot. Margot is his first year with the Nanaimo Clippers. He was a captain of the Northwest Giants last year when they won the Max tournament. I got an opportunity to speak to one of the newest members of the Nanaimo Clippers, not a player, but a senior advisor, Bill Bestwick, and also new head coach, the Oceanside Generals. Take a look. I'm now joined with the new head coach, the Oceanside Generals, and new senior advisor of the Nanaimo Clippers, Bill Bestwick. Bestwick, the Generals had a record of 4-27-1-1 prior to you getting into this. Why?
Well, firstly, I love the game, and I love to be at ice level. I love to be on the ice with young guys. Hopefully I can teach them something, a few learnings along the way. Try to encourage a positive conclusion to their season. Clearly they're not doing very well in the win-loss column, but if we can prepare kids for their next phase, which may be Junior B next year, maybe Junior A next year, or some other level, then we'll try to make it as positive an experience as we can and win as many games as we can along the way. So could you say their goal is to make the playoffs this year? Well, until you're mathematically eliminated, I think you should, and I think that you would be shortchanging yourself and conceding your work level or your work ethic level or your commitment to winning if you just felt that there was nothing to play for, so to speak, beyond pride. So as long as we have a chance to get into the playoffs, then I would never rule the playoffs out. You're now back coaching with your son, Brett Bestwick, when he's available. How's that? Well, Brett will come out when he's available. You know, he's busy, I'm busy, we're both busy people, but probably the funnest season that I ever had was 2002, 2003 when I did coach him, and we had a really fun group of kids to be around, and he was one of them, and he was treated like every one of the other players, and now we get to share at a different level in assessing, in building, and so it would be fun. I don't know how much he's going to be able to get out, but it'll be fun again. And can you kind of give us a time commitment you're going to be down there in Oceanside? Well, we skate 2 or 3 times a week. Obviously, the balance of the games. The regular season is scheduled to end on February 15th. I hope it doesn't. But beyond that, I'm only committed to the balance of the season, and then we'll have to evaluate. I'll have to do some personal evaluations when the season ends. Bill Bestwick, of course, was let go with the Victoria Grizzlies back in early December. It's now time to change our focus to the courts right now. Our pastor, Aaron Schulze, who's talking to Malcom Rush, a player of the Wellington secondary, as their Super Bowl tournament is currently on.
Thank you, Tali. I'm here with the starting point guard for the Wellington Wildcats, Malcom Rush. And obviously, Malcom today, 63-58 loss to Dover in the final of the Super Bowl tournament. What went wrong with tonight's loss? What went wrong?
I think foul shots, you know, hitting 11 for 24 from the line can really stir you up in a game like this.
And how do you move on with your season going forward after a loss like tonight?
It was a good game. Our last matchup, we lost by 40, so, you know, we're happy with the improvement. We're just going to move on.
And obviously, do you think you competed well enough tonight to deserve a win?
I think we did. We had a lot of hustle plays. you know, Trevor, he did really good on the boards, and Tyler, he's a great player, so I think we could have won.
That's Malcom Rush, starting point guard of the Wellington Wildcats. Unfortunately, a 63-58 loss to Dover today in the Super Bowl tournament. Final day take second place. And earlier tonight, it was NDSS boys defeating Gulf Islands 51-47 to take home the third place. For Aaron Schulze, Sports Zone, back to Tali.
And it's time to take a look at other places in hockey teams. The Nanaimo Buccaneers made a few changes as they're looking to go for it all. They added Garrett Brandsma to their lineup. Brandsma played for the Vancouver Island Junior Hockey League last year, was acquired by the Nanaimo Clippers this time last year, has now joined the Buccaneers in his first game, added 2 goals in the loss 11-3 to the Campbell River Storm. The Buccaneers also traded goaltender Michael Hergner to the Kerry Park Islanders in exchange for Jane Jackson, who also is a goaltender. Jane Jackson's record with the Islanders is 6-14-1. Also in news around the Vancouver Island Raiders have announced their brand new head coach who will lead them into the 2014 season. Former Raider Brian Ridgway has been chosen to lead the Raiders into the 2014 season as they try to defend their BCFC championship and win a 4th Canadian Bowl. The 29-year-old joins the Raiders after 3 seasons playing the CFL with the Montreal Alouettes. And all-Canadian linebacker Brian helped lead the Raiders to the 2006 Canadian Bowl championship to finish his 4-year CJFL career. Before joining the Alouettes, he played for 4 seasons in CIS football, 1 with St. Mary and 3 with Simon Fraser. Montreal drafted him 39th overall in 2010. Brian Widgey is the brand new head coach of the Vancouver Island Raiders. And before we leave, I'd congratulate a few North Island Silvertips, Dylan Coughlin, Hunter Finlater, John Hawthorne, and the captain of the Silvertips, Joe Surgeon, is representing the North Island Silvertips, the BC Major Midget League All-Star Game next weekend. For the Sports Zone, I'm Tali Campbell. See you back here right next week. Take care.